The last 3 best bets videos, they're 9-1. Today I have 3 best bets, but I want you to know I already posted 8 inside Discord for my VIP members. With that being said, let's get to it. I'll be using myspartyedge.com to look at all the player prop markets and to research their player prop hit rates. You can grab this link down below for $9.99. All right, first up, let's get to work. Alvin Kamara, I've searched him in the bar. It brings up all his markets. I'm actually going to slide down to the rushing yards market, and let's talk about this play right now. Atlanta is on the road in New Orleans, so I like the fact that the Saints are at home. Derek Carr back under center, and we saw him under center last week, and we saw Alvin Kamara do what he does best when Derek Carr is in there. He runs for a ton of yards, and his current line is 70.5 on virtually every single sportsbook and pick'em app. When we go look at his player card, we have 5 fully healthy games with Derek Carr under center. And here they are. 83 yards in the opener against the Panthers, 115 against Dallas. I have another play against Dallas coming up. I believe pick number 3 in this video, so stay tuned. 87 yards against Philly, 77 against the same Atlanta Falcons defense. Then we had multiple games here with no Derek Carr, and the offense struggled mightily. Carr comes back last week, and what does Alvin Kamara do? He goes nuclear. 155 yards on the ground. Looked like he turned back the clock in this one. And in those 5 games, 15, 20, 26, 19, and 29 carries. Hitting the over in all 5 of 5 games for the 70.5 rushing yards prop. In fact, out of my 8 bets that I posted already inside my VIP picks link down below, that's $14.99. That's quite the steal, my friends. You could probably have a picket that looks very similar to this. Just grab that link. This bet is a 1.5 unit bet for me. It's my best bet of week 10. There's nothing that's close to it. Everything else was 1 or half a unit bets. This one specifically ended up being 1.5 units. I also have a couple other plays I'm going to give away here that have amazing trends, great odds, and you might sit back and say, Mitch, I like this one more than this play, and that's fine. Do what you like with these plays. I'm simply sharing what I'm doing with these plays. Over here on Underdog Fantasy, we actually have the opportunity to rack up 70.5 rushing yards there as well. Of course, you can always outline this to a nice 69.5 rushing yards if you prefer it, a 0.97 multiplier. Do what you want, my friends. I'm going to be running up the 70.5 for the full 1x. And listen, YouTube has been on fire, no doubt about it. But if the public picks are cashing the way they are, I think you also should be able to understand that VIP picks have gone nuclear as well. And the best part about that, there's 15 premium channels inside my Discord. It ain't just me you're getting. You get exclusive access to about 8 other cappers, their slips for pick'em, their picks for sports books, and their betting models. That's right, 10,000 simulation betting model in there as well for all games. Grab that link down below. Let's move on to pick number 2. Typed in Saquon Barkley. I wanted you to see the rushing yards market. This one is not out on sportsbook, so this information will be for you to apply to sportsbooks when the line goes live. This play is specifically going to be for Saquon Barkley. I have this line in here and a nice 7-pick slip that I posted for members. I don't want to show the rest of the picks, but here you go. There's Saquon higher than 93.5 rushing yards. Now let's take a look at Saquon Barkley's player card using myspartyedge.com. 109 against Green Bay, 95 against Atlanta, 147 against the Saints. Had a couple down games here against Cleveland and Tampa. Funny to say this is a down game when he racked up 84 yards rushing. And over the last 3 games, he's gone absolutely bonkers. 176, 108, and 159 rushing yards, including the backwards hurdle that sent social media on a nice little tizzy. The highlights and showing people's reactions was pretty darn funny. I enjoyed it immensely. NFL's the best. But I digress. There's a lot of things that make me love this other than just the trends. One of them being the fact that Dallas has essentially quit. That defense has been deplorable. The offense looking terrible. Dak Prescott potentially out for the rest of the season. This offense, this team, they're going down the dumps. Now, this leads to a few opportunities here for Saquon. I don't even mind the 100 plus, 125 plus ladder type bets. It's up to you what you want to do with it, but hear me out. Dallas is giving up 148 yards rushing per game on the ground. That is the 3rd worst rate in the NFL. If their offense stinks it up, guess what's going to happen? More possessions for the Eagles. If the defense is tired because they're on the field 40 minutes during the game, Saquon's going to bust loose 2-3 longer runs in this game. He continues to rack up 20+ yard, longest rush almost every single game. That's been a pretty darn good market to target as well. But I'm taking the rushing yards. I think he busts loose for a long one or two. I think he racks up 16 to 18 rushing attempts and just churns out 100, 120 yards against a defense and a team that's quitting. If you could do me a huge favor before we get the best bet number 3, if you like this video, like the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and turn your notifications on. I am here weekly giving away NFL and NBA best bets, and I do live shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. That's why you don't want to miss it, so turn the notifications on, and you won't miss those live shows. 9 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Let's move on to best bet number 3. All right, I brought up Kirk Cousins in the search bar here. I just typed his name up. I'm going to go to, you can look at it all here if you'd like. I'm looking at the longest pass market. Honestly, let's take a peek at just that market, just because it's easier to see. So I've got the markets open. I'm going to scroll. And again, you can do this on your own whenever you'd like. The longest pass completion market. And it pops up here, and you can see best odds actually on Pinnacle if you like the over at -115, with the line being at 34.5. Best stateside odds, DK and BetMGM and Hard Rock all have the same -120 odds. You can get this on Better right now. And I think it just got scrubbed from Underdog because we used it in our 8-pick slip, 7 or 8-pick slip that I posted to members on Underdog. As you can see it right there on screen. Hopefully I'm showing it. Yes, I am. Higher than 34.5 longest completion. I don't believe it's there right now. We are moving lines this morning inside my Discord, and that's going to happen when you get 8,000 people paying attention to what I post inside Discord. Again, that's $14.99 down below. And if you want to tail all my picks, you can always use code DONUTS on Underdog. Get up to $1,000 deposit bonus cash. Here's the Kirk Cousins player card. You're looking at it on the screen. He has been phenomenal. He looks so darn good right now. It's nice to see him returning from the Achilles tendon injury. You saw that first game. He went out there, only threw the ball 26 times. As you can see, the offense has definitely gotten better and better, and so has he, as he's racking up touchdown passes, long passes, yardage has increased. He's looked great. Now, there's 2 things that make me like this play. First off, it's the trends. Yes, I like this trend. Stuff like this where you've got a guy who likes to attempt deep passes. There's broken coverages. Darnell Mooney really coming into his own for Atlanta as a downfield target and a burner. He's looked great. And we've seen Kirk Cousins cash the over in 7 of the last 8 starts. If we take away that first game where they just did not throw the ball deep, he looked apprehensive to throw it. And you know what? Let's give him some grace. It was his first game back after the Achilles tendon injury, and he just didn't look sharp. And he was against a very difficult Pittsburgh defense. Can't remember if they were at home or on the road, but my goodness, if they were on the road for that game, yikes. Of course, they had a tough time. Now, when we look at the Saints defense, it's actually what makes me freaking love this play the most. The New Orleans Saints just traded away Marshawn Lattimore, their all-pro defensive back, 28-year-old entering, maybe on the decline from his prime, but truly was their best defensive player in the secondary. Not only did they trade him away, but my friends, I'm going to lean over here to look at my notes. The Saints secondary has allowed 8 of 9 quarterbacks they faced this year. That's right, 9 quarterbacks. 8 of them have cashed the over on their longest pass market. That's crazy. Now, hear me out. I'm going to slide my notes over, and I'm going to tell you on screen right now, you need to know this. Here are the totals for those 9 quarterbacks. 46, 60, 55, 50, 36, 61, 65, and 35. So out of the 8 quarterbacks that cashed the over, they actually would have cashed the over on this exact 34.5 yard longest pass line. That's nuts. The one miss on the season was pretty darn close. A 30-yard completion by Bo Nix is the only one that was under 34.5, and also the only quarterback that hit the under on their longest pass market. This is a freaking fun play to bet on. And honestly, if we're looking at the trends, it's even better than Kamara's play. It's better than my 1.5 unit play, although I usually like to stick to 1.5 and 2 unit plays when it comes to running backs because I know about their volume and the game flow more than anything else. But if you like this play more, I don't blame you for putting more on it. Totally up to you. Now, again, those are 3 of my 8 best bets, but this video ain't done. And you could grab those best bets down below in the description section. You will not be disappointed. I'm telling you right now. Code Donuts50 and that link down below makes it $14.99. You get access to 15 premium channels, betting picks, pick'em slips, betting models. We cover 10 plus sports, my friends. It ain't just NFL. My VIP picks last week went 30-14. Now, next up, we're going to go over to the pick'em optimizer. Look at this. We've got NCAA. We've got basketball and football, NHL, NFL, NBA, and MLB is definitely done. We're going to go to the NFL Pick'em Optimizer, and we're going to we'll start with better and go from there. Now, when you're looking at the optimizer, you want to be looking for half lines. And what I mean by that is like 3.5, 26.5, 4.5. And you also want to be looking for this My Sparry column to be at like a minus 130, minus 132, minus 135. The shorter the odds, that means like minus 136, minus 140, minus 145. They're better than the longer odd plays, which are the plus 100s and plus 110s. You want as many of these juice lines as you can. You want to make pick fives, flex five, and you just do volume. Here's 5 plays. You do another 5-play slip, so on and so forth. Better is loaded with them right now. Now, what makes them good plays? If you were to go look at the Chase Brown player odds right now for total receptions, essentially it's saying, 4 or 5 different sports books, and the average odds ends up being a minus 136. And as a flex 5 play over on Better and PrizePicks and sites like this, they're giving you a fixed price. Here's a great example. Jawan Johnson in this game for the Saints and Falcons, a minus 135 aggregate. That means average odds on sports books. 57.45% implied probability. But on PrizePicks, if you use it in a flex 5, you're getting the same payout no matter what. You want to use as many of these juice lines as possible and fade those plus 105s, those minus 110s. Grab the juice lines. Here's another one. Lamar Jackson over 8.5 rush attempts, minus 135 Thursday Night Football. Ramondre Stevenson over 2.5 total receptions. Again, Aaron Rodgers, I fade these rounded lines. I know you guys like to use them, so we leave them there. But you got another. Daniel Jones, under 20.5 pass completions, minus 132 average odds. Blake Group A? Who knows? Over 6.5 kicking points in that Saints game. I mean, there's a pick 5 if you want it on PrizePicks. And honestly, you've got a capper inside my Discord in the Optimizer Picks channel who's just on fire. Absolutely on fire. Posted 5 PrizePicks plays last night for NBA, went 5-0 full sweep. He's also posted 45 plus EV bets for sports books and is 31-14. Here's a quick example of what it looks like. It's kind of small on your screen, but he posts the quick little notes, shows the actual photo of the bet. This one was on Fliff. This one cashed with ease. Shows you the sports book, shows why it's plus EV, and he does this every single day. He's already posted like a dozen picks for NHL and NBA. I'm telling you right now, the VIP Discord down below, that $14.99 link and code is an absolute walking W. Hopefully you join up. Hopefully you like this video. Again, if you enjoy my time here on YouTube, show me you enjoyed the time given. Hopefully I lined your pockets today. Honestly, truly, week 10 should be a great week. I think all 8 bets cash. I feel really confident in them all. Went 1 unit on all plays today other than the Kamara play, and hopefully it cashes you out as well. I'll see you inside Discord, my friends. Let's get paid.